Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Oh, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Okay, and I think we're live again. Hi
Sick.
everyone.
We've got the sick NGS pre-game video.
Yeah, we're live and we're casting the ICC showdown. Super exciting. NGS
Yeah.
season 13 Div C East. First playoffs round for both of these teams. And because ICC was 3rd seed and Kawaii was 7th, ICC opted for first hero pick. Sorry, ICC Raiders. I'm just gonna say Raiders.
Which
forgot.
ICC is it? Raiders and Kawaii.
Yes. So Kawaii picked Sky Temple.
So this is the ICC team kill, which is a feels bad man moment. I feel like, do you think that they just they have any sympathy? Like, I imagine they play against each other a lot. It must feel bad to have to win
I don't know.
against a team that you know.
I mean, they might not play against each other a lot for like scouting reasons, like don't let them know your
Maybe.
secrets.
Maybe they're more competitive, actually.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might be it actually, which makes this more exciting. They're both really great teams.
Yeah. And they're in your div, so
Yes,
I guess
I
you've
played
got
against
the-
both of them, and they're both really good, and I'm excited to see what they play.
What kinds of drafts and teams do they like to run? Do you remember?
I know Kawaii plays a lot of Tychus. Tychus is a big one. And Vala, and as far as like offlaners that are pretty meta, Leo, Dahaka, stuff like that. For Raiders, I see them play a lot of Sylvanas, Anduin, Anubrak, also very meta picks.
Very neat.
And for Sky Temple, they'll probably see a lot of globals like Falstead and Dahaka.
Yeah,
Right wing.
really good on this map, especially with how far away the solo land is. Looks like everybody's ready.
Right?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see some interesting drafts, but I'm also excited to see some good
Yeah.
old-fashioned HOTS gameplay.
I do love the spicy drafts.
Do you like Sky Temple?
I do.
I find Sky Temple confuses me a lot when there's 2 temples. I never know what to do. When there's 1 temple, it's so straightforward. When you got 2 temples, it's like, how do you split the team? Coordination is too difficult.
Yeah, I like it because there's just lots of stuff to do. There's camps and top and bot, and then there's 3 different spaces for objectives and a boss.
Yep.
So there's lots of different ways to win.
Yeah. And if you like side lane split pushers like me, it's a fantastic map.
Alright, so it looks like Johanna ban and Vala ban. Pretty expected. Vala gets banned against Kawaii a ton. And Johanna's still pretty strong. Even though she got a bit of nerfs. And we do see a global ban on Sky Temple. Also pretty standard queen play.
So since they're both ICC, I'm going to get them confused. But just to make sure, Raiders is the one that's first pick, right?
Correct.
Okay. And Kawaii is second pick.
Mm-hmm.
So Kawaii picked Sky Temple intentionally. So maybe they've got some reasons why they want to draft that. Could be Dahaka Falstead. If they like that pick, it's a great map for them.
They did ban out Dahaka though, so
Yes.
I expect to see a Bright Wing here.
Yeah. If they play it, that sounds
Chat
makes sense.
Chat says ICC's gonna win. I guess it's confirmed.
I don't know. I'm not sure if ICC is gonna win or ICC is gonna win.
So respect Stukov. I like that a lot. I don't know if I say I see Stukov on this map a lot, but Stukov is just a really strong hero.
Yes. It feels like sometimes it's hard to find those chokes on Sky Temple to get the massive Stukov value, and the objective itself is so big that it's hard to get.
Alright, we
Find
got
where to place it.
Sylvanas and Rhaegar.
Yep. What's the % chance you think we're gonna see a Bloodlust this game?
That's a good question. I'd love to see the rest of Kawaii's damage frontline.
Frozen throne.
Sad. A noob. A noob Stukov is like got some of that Varian Stukov potential.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on Varian Stukov. Like, you might not need a choke for Stukov. You know, you have the taunt, you have the CC and the silence, and it's it's very powerful. The third ban play
Leo, interesting.
I wonder what that means.
Could
for
be a comfort
Kawaii's
pick, I
offlane.
imagine, if they're banning it, because you don't see it banned a ton. Or they could be looking for a heavy frontline to follow up the Sylve and the
Kawaii
Rhaegar.
plays a lot of Leo too, so I'm wondering. It does seem like an offlane choke.
Makes sense. Yeah, another thing that Raiders has going for them right now is Falstead and Anubarak are a nice pairing because you can Cocoon and Gust. So that's true. They've got some. Actually, their first 3 picks are really synergistic. I really like it. So interesting to see.
Yeah.
What Kawaii is gonna pick now. The next
Old
2.
combo potential is sometimes overlooked in draft.
Yeah. I don't know how your games have been this season, but in our division, we've been playing against a lot of teams that like big R buttons.
Yeah, and it's
really big R buttons.
Can turn the game around entirely in like a single moment. So we have Garrosh on Kawaii and Junkrat. Looking at that, I would say that's an ancestral comp, but I like to be surprised. So.
I would love to see a Bloodlust. I don't even care if Bloodlust's a bad pick. If you see it, it's great.
It's about
Tychus. You were saying Tychus is a fan favorite of theirs.
My blade.
Oh, Kawaii.
Yours.
Okay.
So they
could be a pick away. Not really. They already got Sil Junkrat. Yeah. Looking at their offlaner. And no more globals available. That's awesome.
I think that's what the Leo ban is.
Yeah.
I do love Chen. Doesn't get enough love.
Chen's great. I mean, I imagine that he's gonna be taking Chen for Peel here because he's got a really, well, I mean, there's sort of survivable Junkrat and Sylve, but I guess I could see
pretty
either.
Easy front line.
Because I'm looking at Anub and Sonya and Falstead and thinking that the other team has a lot of pick potential, so grabbing the barrel might be really good.
They do have a lot of interrupt for Chen's trait, so I'd like to see how he deals with that.
That's true. Yeah, it might be hard for him to
get like a lot of
move past the pool, but
I don't
actually know.
Though.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't actually know how well Chen trades into Sonya. I think that it's probably going to be one of those like wet noodle fights a little bit. But I imagine Sonya probably trades okay.
Sonya has a much better wave clear than Chen and camp.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Potential, so I would give the offlane win to Sonya.
Yes.
Alright.
The Garrosh is also a really interesting pick here because you're looking. It sort of puts you in a very specific way as a tank player, like what you're looking for, because you're kind of looking to catch people and follow up the throw somehow. But they don't have a ton of follow-ups. I mean, they've got Totem, and if they can get traps, that's nice. They're gonna be looking to get some tower damage right away.
Like a cheese with Syl. Classic.
3, 2, 1.
We'll see how how much Raiders is paying attention to scouting early to make sure they catch
Looks like
this.
they're kind of expecting this.
Yeah, you always gotta pay attention when you see a Sylph drafted.
This bomb's for you!
I like that, cutting off the rotation in with the Junkrat, but they're not gonna get much.
So they're mid here.
And Raiders have decided that they're bot lane, so they'll just clear bot first, because they kind of crash at the same time anyway. So they've got false second bringing it. Top lane's looking like top lane.
Garrosh holding these sneaky positions.
Yes.
And look at how they respect this Garrosh. They're like, we're not getting thrown. We're not giving these early HP leads.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if they're going to be wanting to play aggressively. Oh, that's a nice flip.
Throw into the trap.
Ooh, very good. Yeah. I'm hoping to see Garrosh playing forward more into their side of the bush to see if they can catch anybody in the rotation. That was a nice first kill. And it looks like both teams taking siege camps about the same time.
Alright, looks like the in-game sound was a bit loud, so maybe turn this down. We've got hammer,
Let's get a flip on the Barak. He's perfect save.
He is a new rack, and auto attack healing. Yeah. Siege camps are taken. Getting cleared out pretty easy.
Levels still pretty equal.
The enemy team thrown by Garrosh.
That's that's so close. Nice heal.
Getting value.
Still getting poked out in mid a little bit. Yeah, I think Kawaii has nice wave clear, so they've got a little bit of a prio going on these rotations, which has been really nice for the Garrosh. See if that keeps going. Although Raiders on the Bruiser camp first, which is definitely going to be nice for these temples.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about Chen's camp potential. It's not as good as it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's still stuck clearing that top wave. Although it is pushing into Raiders' walls.
And we'll see if there's any sort of temple trade here.
Slight level lead. Ooh, the Junkrat's a little out of position. He's got the boop, though. I think that's going to save him, yeah. Nice escape.
Kawaii is now doing their camp. Because Raiders took this a bit early. They seem like they have time to clear it, but Chen's wave clear. So
but I imagine most temples are going to go to blue because they've got the Falstad rotation as well, which is really going to help them out.
Looks like they're just trading temples here.
Raiders are going to have to deal with the bruisers up top. They're playing very patiently, very conservatively. Sonya actually moving on to the point decides not to. Getting choked by a chunk for troubles.
Going in the back line.
Yeah, no dash.
No burrow.
Silence is big. There.
Oh my goodness. Finished off by Rhaegar.
Walking right through the silence can kill anyway.
They are having a hard time clearing this camp.
Yeah, I love that Chen is willing to get poke and then trade the stagger out for the drink. Doesn't end up losing very much HP.
They mostly traded temples, each fort being about half. So not too much of a favor on either side.
Falstad is getting some chunk on the bot.
My temple's power.
Grab boop saves him. So who would you say is looking ahead after that first objective?
The experience is nearly equal, though it looks like this is gonna be, you know, how the ults pan out. Can they get good combos, or can they get picks? Because Onufrak is great at getting picks, and so is Garrosh. And they hold these super aggressive positions for that.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Sonya's actually not taking trades super well. I've never seen this match before, so it's interesting. Chena's doing alright on the 1v1 at least. She definitely, like you said, has more wave clear potential than he does. But
she's losing the
spin
ball.
used, so she's kind of getting low here. She could get dived. That's a kill, I think.
Got another auto.
One more jump, that's it. Nice solo kill.
Yeah. And with this minion wave, might be able to take that forward.
Yeah.
Looks like
Mid got
Volstad's
chunked
trying
out
to-
quite a bit by
yeah.
Volstad. So the map kind of equalizes here. They've got 10s, they definitely want to use them. The question is, how do you use them?
First, we got Mind Control, Ancestral, Warlord's Challenge.
Yeah, and it is Barrel, which is very nice.
Okay.
Ooh. Getting flipped a new rack and then immediately
Right.
silenced. Big Riptire. Not long for this world. They've been getting a lot of value from this Garrosh.
Yeah.
And they're definitely playing, like, trying to get every little lead that they can. You see they've been around the spot well for a while. They've been chunking it a lot with whatever abilities they can throw in it.
Yeah, Garrosh is pretty good early game. Looks like Sonya and Volstad traded lanes, but Chen doing a great job 1v1ing.
Yeah.
Fat Illidan.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the
yes,
gust.
the gust. Oh, the Chen is too strong.
But Kawaii does get this objective. They beat 10 first, and then got that pick on a new brag, so no contest here on Raiders. That
You have
Burrow
charged Junkrat.
nearly got Junkrat, yeah.
Very
But
close.
Garrosh here for peeling. Odin's pops. Raiders is gonna have the last bit of his temple.
Yeah, 4v3, they can't really walk up anymore. Sylve is getting here, but it's already gone. So definitely Bruisers are going to be the next big things to look at. Chen getting a good chunk of top again.
Not quite there
Still
yet.
keeping his health up.
Find something else to fight over.
And the lull between objectives has started again. But Prio again is looking pretty good for Kawaii, I think. On Bruiser first.
Yeah, they're handling
Bot
macro pretty
first.
well.
Yeah,
Although they... Raiders still has every single fort.
that is true.
And I haven't been seeing a lot of trait value, you know, that hard push with Sylvanas, which is one of
Yeah,
the
I
main
agree.
reasons you take her.
And I mean, I think the Raiders have been doing a good job of rotating to where Kawaii has been going, so it's been hard to
Yeah.
like get in to deal damage. But overall, I like how they've been playing it.
Yeah. Bruiser game's flattening. The beefy Bruiser fights. Garrosh holding a super aggressive position once again.
Yeah, he does catch, he sees them rotate, but he's not really in no one there that can't really flip. No team to follow up. Bruiser's pushing top slowly. Sonya wave clear very strong.
Plays by Strikov.
Yeah, the Garrosh is eager to get a kill. He popped unstoppable there, looking to see maybe he could. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Top's doing. Looks like Sonya's actually winning this trade now.
Yeah.
We got Keg coming out from Chen.
Interesting keg. Yeah, I don't mind it. Making
Get
space.
out of my lane.
Lets him clear these minions.
Hard to
It probably will be a
survive.
1v1 up there. I mean,
Kawaii
unless.
coming to respond.
Yeah.
But Nubrak holding that really well.
So I think because we've got 5v4,
Yeah,
I think
Sonya
they're willing to
pinned
just
down.
give this. I think at this point you have to wonder, like, do you even stay or do you go and maybe use that Syl trade to get value mid, because
I mean,
they're not going to be able to do anything here.
right.
4v5.
Such a big risk to take any fight here. I mean, both teams
Yeah.
know that Chen is top.
Like, they can stay and sort of poke with Junkrat Qs, but
I agree.
To
I
what
think
avail?
mid would have been a great spot to go to, since
they're
they had to
going
give
now.
it up.
They might be able to get it, actually. I don't think... yeah, Raiders is now responding. They're moving up to match.
Looks like they're baiting
Sonya,
out Sonya.
ooh. Yeah, if that mind control hit, oh, they get the flip anyway.
Oh,
The instant leap.
Oh
And
my
then the
gosh,
gust.
The big
That was
torment
huge.
gust into the tower.
Oh my
Lots of
goodness.
sneaky coming from the new brag. Garrosh
Flips
throws
Rhaegar to save.
Rhaegar.
And the barrel. It's just disengage after disengage.
Yeah.
That was really nice by the Volstad.
Yeah, that's a...
And the presence of mind of the Sonya to realize that she can leap even though she's
Yeah.
chunked
Right?
was very impressive.
So those 2 kills, Raiders gonna take the loss, and... Let's see how much value they get at this. They still have 2 forts. YS1, although they are super low.
Yeah, Sonya will have to make sure she clears top. I don't see this boss getting the full keep, but I could be wrong. It's definitely not an end boss, that's for sure. We'll see how much they're able to get from it. Junkrat doesn't kill it very quickly. Sylva's does an okay job, so
Looks
maybe
like
it
it'll
gets...
get a tower and maybe the gate if the
Yeah.
Raiders quick with it.
They're feeling a little uncomfortable because they're 45. Ooh, but
The new brand able to burrow out. Totem slow.
there's a taunt.
Just disengage.
Tyre gets some farewell damage at the end.
Yeah. I got quite a bit. Got both towers and a gate.
Yeah. And the keep is still looking healthy.
Big wave top here. And there's only 1 temple spawning, so I will almost
Dive on
got
the
a game
Chen.
on Chen, but able
He's
to
got
take
his escape
away
button.
cooldown
And it's not like that's a super high cooldown, but it will
Yeah.
be gone for the temple, so
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
a nice win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brag.
Oh my goodness.
Lead
This
onto
is
their front line. Garrosh is down. That's
massive
silence and
silence.
slow.
Yeah. That was nice. They knew that, I mean, Anubrak died, but they knew they
Yeah.
had numbers and everything up. Like, very good.
Pick after
Gauge.
pick.
Siege camp waddling towards bot keep. Feeling a little bit like you gotta just give up and cut your losses here and try to get some... Try to turn the map a little red again, because it's super blue.
This tower goes down.
There's endless nades picked up from Junkrat with full trap builds. Other interesting picks, totem builds from Rhaegar.
It's still pretty strong, especially that level 16, 90% flow. It's basically a stun of 90% is so much.
That's true. Hey, you play a lot of Rhaegar. Have you experimented with the like lightning shield build or chomp build? Or...
Yeah, actually I did a scrim with the shield build and we did double support, so I was looking for that bit of extra damage and it was a lot of fun. Frontline Rhaegar is really cool, but super squishy. So Bruiser camps are flashing, but Kawaii clears it out, so now Blue will have to respond. However, they stole their siege camp, so Kawaii will have to respond to that as well.
Yes.
They have a gank here coming.
Yeah, they really want to finish off these low forts because
Right.
catapults, I mean, even if like they're not a threat, they give you more... They let the waves not push into you constantly, which is what we've been seeing.
And they are looking, to get to 20 as fast as possible because Raiders
Yeah,
has
that's
that
true.
full level lead on them.
And I don't think that they'll be... Actually, I don't know when the temples are going to spawn, but I don't think they'll be able to get a 20 advantage for the next temple at least. Not that far ahead. Okay.
So
Interesting hiding in this bush. I don't expect that Raiders are going to be rotating that way, but...
They seem to be very aware of gangs, bushes, like...
Yeah.
I just checked this bush. Nobody was in it, but...
They have to be against the garage. Interesting engagement with Chen, who just presses R and leaves. But that's Nard down, that's something.
Yeah, and Raiders has 20 now.
Yeah, and scratch what I said, they're gonna have a 20 advantage for temples.
However, it is on the opposite side of the map, so...
Likely
Kawaii
will
can
just be a
trade
split.
this.
And then it's gonna come down to probably a late game team fight because they still got tons of structures both sides. Yeah, actually, that's gonna be an end condition. Bot keep is gonna die to bot temple, and it's not like Kawaii can trade in the reverse. Raiders have decided that that's the temple they want, and it's
Looks like they
definitely
might
the right
just
choice.
hard push the core here.
Yeah.
See
But
if
they can leave
anybody's
Chen on the
backing.
temple
Does
to
Sylvana
finish that up.
Sylvana stops backing.
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
not
committing.
sure if they want to back, it looks
Okay.
like. They're kind of discussing it.
Oh,
Red
are
team's
they?
core.
They eventually decide, yes, they do in fact want to back, as the entire blue team is going in onto the fort. The
I wonder
core,
if we'll see Big Red Button come out here.
Oh, the mind
and a
control.
drag. You see the
That's it.
shadows? Going away back on that. And we still have both bruises on the temples, so this would be a 4v4 if they took it.
Yeah.
They decided not to risk that. What is
Last-
the boss?
Yes.
Knowing Chen is still top.
Yeah.
So
It's
this is a
pretty
5v5.
reasonable. They've got like they've got
5v4
Cocoon, they've got
excuse me.
Gust, they've got so many ways to keep control at this point. I like this. The dude getting flipped though and getting pretty heavily chunked. Tar comes out.
Red is
Wondering what the
moving on to this
Cocoon
boss.
and Gust situation's gonna look
Libera's
like here.
still super chunked, but trying to contest
Oh my goodness, the barrel though gets the boss.
it. Yes.
What?
Successful
That's-
again.
Yeah, and everybody's back to full on red side.
They're super chunked over here.
Really nice by the Chen. The Gust
Yeah.
was not bad, but it wasn't really over the point. Not like it would have mattered for barrel. They've got a nice push going here. I mean, the map is mostly red, so they don't
Mind
have to
control
clear
on the
anything.
Liberac.
Yeah, that's a kill.
Very-
And wait, the tornado's pushing Falstad back into them. Doesn't quite get him.
Boss is dying pretty fast, though, but they're missing
It is.
Liberac for another 50 seconds.
They might get it. I mean, they're gonna get a good chunk of the keep. I don't know if they get the whole keep. Yeah, they do. Blue's not giving any pushback here. But
They're
I
going
don't imagine
for
this
it.
is an end angle. They're looking at it though.
I mean, Liberac's gone for 35 seconds, so we'll see how much they can get.
The spots is almost dead. Yeah, and it's an interesting
is
fly. This is a
still up.
Gust, obviously.
Big Gust.
Huge. Syl's dead
Sylvana's
first.
Super chunked.
Chen trying to peel, gets the
Sylvana's
Stuke
done
away,
that.
but they're all in just a really dangerous position. On the core though, they're committing at half HP, 40%,
Looks like,
to escape.
yep, really good. And the Liberac's coming back up. I don't think they're going to get out of this.
Yeah,
Definitely not with,
unfortunate.
like, percent damage.
And I imagine that Blue just walks it over and takes the game themselves. Well, yeah, they're on their way. Chen's gonna be as annoying as he possibly can. I like the commitment from Red. It was an unfortunate start
Right.
though. To
Let's
that
have
to
Keg
that
up
core
again.
That's
And
true.
his team is respawning.
Yeah,
in
Syl's up at
about
12. She
15,
died
30
quite quick, so
seconds.
she's back.
Okay,
There's
Keg
the
comes
there's the
out
barrel.
into the tornado.
Interesting.
But we have Big Red Button.
Yeah, Big Red Button's gonna be a really quick turn. I don't
All
think.
5 on Cooper.
And the Gust, yeah, they have Gust back as well. I think that's gonna be Raiders taking game number 1. That was a
Very
really nice
heated game. I mean,
Yeah.
same amount of structure damage. It's those picks and the commitments. Do we go? Do we not?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole game was on a nice edge in those fights. Is like they've got these massive ults that could just completely make or break a fight, and whoever lands, you know, if it was like the Gust or the Keg or the or even just the fact that they have Garrosh and Anuparak, very pick-oriented tanks. Close, very close.
Right. All right. So looks like we'll wait for the next map. I wasn't expecting all that to happen. Like both teams trying to core and not fully committing. And the boss. There was somebody in chat saying, you know, the boss is the only way that red can win is having that big fight and getting those
Yeah.
picks, and that was very close.
Yeah, that was extremely close. I think that I also wasn't even thinking. I imagined that Raiders had it in mind. Like they have really good tools, but you got to be careful when Chen's got barrel trying to contest a point
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Gus doesn't
absolutely.
matter. Nothing matters if he manages to press R and knock everyone off.
It's funny. I didn't want to say it earlier, just out of like spoiler alert, but my team did scrim against Kawaii, and our whole team was up, and only Chen was alive on their side with Cthulhu, and he stole the boss from us. So I had some flashbacks there.
Oh no.
I mean, it was amazing because like the gust was up, right? And you just prod keg at the right time and
Mhm.
just take the whole thing. It lasts forever, so pretty good odds
Yeah.
that you'll steal the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to not let him get close enough to jump into it and press R. Which I think they had the tools to do that, but I mean, they ended up winning anyway, but it was close. I thought that Chen was playing really well.
Yeah, I think so too, especially holding that top lane against both Falstad and Sonya and getting the picks.
Yeah. Falstead had some nice gusts
Mhm,
as well, especially the one in mid lane off of the leap. That was
mhm.
pretty clutch. So what's the next map going to be?
We shall see. It looks like they're in the lobby, so I'll go ahead and bring us in there. It's gonna be Dragonshire.
It's a great map.
It is.
It's a solid Vikings map, I'd say.
Solid Rexar map. Rexar is so challenging to deal with on this map. So I expect to see
Yes.
that either banned or picked.
Do you know if either of the offlaners play Rexar?
Um, I'm pretty sure I've seen Cthulhu play Rexar. Uh, but for Raiders, I'm expecting to see a Dahaka. I think I've seen a lot of Dark Knight play Dahaka, and Dahaka is just super strong.
Yeah.
Especially on a map like this. Another map, globals are super strong.
Yeah. Playing Dahaka on Dragonshire is an interesting pick because you do give up point control a lot of the time
Mm-hmm. Right.
for the fact that you can,
You can gank
yeah, you can
whatever
gank.
lane, but you have to be super coordinated about those ganks. Like, hey, I'm coming in. We pick this target. Otherwise, it's now you're on the other side of the map losing soak with no
Yeah.
pick, and it's high risk.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely one of those characters that is a big trade-off. If you're not using the Z with the Haka, you are
Mm-hmm.
playing, I think, an objectively worse offlaner than a lot of other characters.
Mm. Chat's super excited about Dragonshire. Let's see. I think Garrosh did really well into a new brag.
Mhm.
That Garrosh Junkrat combo was really good. A lot of tanks can combo with Junkrat, but they executed that really well. It seemed like they practiced it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there was at least, there was one time for sure, but I think there was a couple times where he definitely intentionally threw them onto a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I want to see a game 3. This is the
Everyone wants to
showdown.
see a game
Showdown of the
3.
century.
Can't wait until we can do polls. That'll be great.
I want to bet limes. Everybody wants to bet limes. Chat's wondering if it's really you, the embodiment of TLV.
No. I haven't played TLV in 20 years.
Like 20 seconds, you mean?
It's true.
I have a question for you. How did you feel yesterday when you got to play TLV, like the last pick and everything, when they banned Uther
I was just
the last second?
I picked TLV to troll my own team.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, by the way, guys, it's open. I'm picking it, and you got to deal with it. You got to deal with the consequences of my actions.
All right. Looks like the lobby's
Yep.
ready. So let's go into the draft.
Let's go. This should be fun. I really like the first game, so hopefully the second game's even more chaotic. I wouldn't mind seeing Chen again. Not a bad bully in a lot of matchups.
Yeah.
Definitely a good D-Shire pick if you've got the wave clear and the cam clear to cover for him. Great frontliner. Falstead, respectable ban. Don't want to deal with annoying globals.
That Gus at the end of the game won that
Yeah.
team fight, I would say.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wonder if Falstead was out of vision too. I mean, as the observer, I was seeing everybody, but like, because he was winding up the Z for a while.
It was a super risky to core without getting any more picks, because the boss was super low.
I respect the commitment though.
Oh, absolutely.
Anduin ban, interesting.
And the Vala ban. My team also banned Vala against Kawaii. There's a super strong Vala player there.
High execution, big damage. Joe is gone.
So Rhaegar would be up. I expect to see that, I think. Oh,
Stukov, which
very nice.
Maybe is why they were banning the Anduin. They're looking for some kind of pick.
Like the variant Stukov.
Don't want to
very
get
popular lately.
Pulled out. Their kills pulled out away
Oh,
from them.
the variant denial.
Yeah.
Damn time.
And Tychus.
Here's to hoping it's a C-Smash variant for Dark. Dark's a fan of, on my team, he's a fan of C-Smash. I am as well.
I thought you were talking about Dark on Raiders. Because I believe Dark is their offlane player, so I thought you were going to say offlane Smash variant.
Both, I suppose. That would be where you
I do love to see a Smash variant.
It's a perfect day for
We got the Junkrat again, and Anubrak.
Anubrak, Stukov. Wait, are they just stealing the other draft?
Anubrak is Kawaii's most played tank. So I'm not surprised to see that.
Yeah, I like it. Synergy wave clear. They're gonna need to make sure that they have some kind of proper damage dealer that can cover Junkrat's weaknesses.
Like we were talking, banning the globals.
Yes.
Junkrat is great on this map for holding those shrines with the trap and the super range damage.
And they respected the Sonya enough to get rid of it. Could be potentially because they're wanting to pick something that gets countered by Sonya. It looked like the Chen was beating the Sonya, so maybe then they're not looking to play Chen.
The leaps were pretty good too, especially when Sonya was getting ganked and used the leap to disengage.
That's true. Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Very mobile.
Yes. If we had limes, Saika would be betting all of his limes on
Maiev. We stand Maiev here.
Big fan. Is that a main tank Maiev and C-Smash variant? Are they gonna swap at the end?
I do love a spicy draft.
Tank Maiev is legit. Although the question is,
Hogger.
into their draft.
And Mage.
Interesting. It's kind of like they're running 2 mages here.
Yeah, but I feel like Junkrat is mostly like a point holder.
Malthael. Okay. That's interesting.
Looks like
I don't
they'll
think I
4-man
understand it.
bot and then Malthael double soak. I think that's what might be happening, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, I don't actually, again, another set of characters I don't play despite being offlane. Hogger, Malthael, I imagine Hogger will have the point. Like,
Both
that
are
he'll
great
just-
double soakers as well, so
Yeah, and
both can
Hogger's
take the
amazing
camps.
at getting the bruiser camp. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I love the portrait synergy. Except
Yeah.
we got a best friend portrait of Kawaii. Close enough. Close
Spot the
enough.
difference. Yeah, I think this is workable from both sides. I'm really curious to see what Raiders do to like what their plan is for taking fights or playing the bot lane, because Varian Tychus, Lucio Maev seems pretty explosive, but they don't have a lot of ways to get past the massive poke from Junkrat Li Ming, I don't think. Except like committing to a Maev dive.
Looks like we've got low blow on Sukov.
Commencing in
On the prowl
10 seconds.
for Hogger. Extra wound timers, which is
5,
again great for
4,
holding the point on
3,
the
2,
shrines.
1.
Still waiting on some level 1
Unleash
speedle
the
builds.
dragon's wrath.
And Aetherwalker.
The hunter lays a trap
For the Raiders, we've got Pursuit of Vengeance, On a Bell Force, Expected for Malthael, Accelerando, Overpowered, and Quarterback. We've got a gank position here by Maev, which we'd love to see. Very hard to catch
It is.
Lucio.
Maev catching the rotation with the Hogger. It's making his life a little more annoying. They aren't gonna get some good damage onto him. Not dead
Able to
though,
get
that's for
away.
sure. Covering the try. They
That
sacrificed.
triangle.
Yeah, they sacrificed Vision of the Triangle to get that top lane.
Maev just used the blade.
Yeah, that's a first blood.
You think yourself worthy to
Nice
wield
silence to
Dragon
finish
Knight's
that.
power?
Looking for
I think
the
she's still in
invade,
trade,
that's
although
what it
I didn't
says.
see.
Control of the shrines.
Struggling with Brewers.
May as well take it if it's free. And then Hogger covering, like you
The
said,
double
covering
soak.
mid and top.
Yeah. I expect
Which
to see
is-
Malthael do the same.
Yeah.
Capture the shrines.
I would say the only unfortunate thing about taking both Siege is no one was able to cover for Hogger, so he couldn't get the Bruiser. He's going to be tied to killing that for a little bit, which means they're losing top for at least until it's dead. Got some, possibly the first proper 4v4 of the game. They've got level 4s for a little bit.
Tychus
Kawaii
still
do.
coming around. But they're catching this soak mid. For Hogger, to deal with the Bruiser can. We have a
Yeah, a noob running
Heart
all the way
spray.
top. Can't really help
gang,
clear,
help
so this.
clear.
Yeah, they're gonna go for a pick, I think, here. That's a dead Malthael. I
Malthael,
don't see him getting out of this.
slow. But we've got Ming anchoring here. Raiders has both points.
Yeah, nice play. Like, realizing that there's an opportunity top, making sure that they cover them from getting the DK mid with Ming and get a
Taunt
kill.
on Junkrat.
Yeah, close to the wall though.
Grenade almost finishes them off.
The grenade
Grenade is
always
so
catches
deadly.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the bigger they are from Tychus, which is spicy. Li Ming gets taunted. Not quite enough damage to finish her off. I imagine that we won't be seeing a Dragon Knight capped.
These traps are so annoying, and it's a great setup for a Nubrak here.
Huge orb onto Tychus. He's almost getting caught. Variant's gonna get out as well.
We got 2 Raiders here in mid. And Queen took a very safe rotation, knowing that.
Yep. Interesting to see the trades in top lane. It's remained blue for a while. I feel like Hogger can at some point bully Malthael off of it and take it.
Right.
Yeah. Big rotation top 2.
Right.
Not gonna get much because
Amgen
Malthael
is all over this map. Getting
yeah, for real.
Getting super value from Nubrak's game potential.
Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah.
Combo on the variant.
This Junkrat is constantly laning against 2 or 3 people and still able to get it back a lot of the time. And making sure that this wall gets defended.
Yeah, it looks like they're just keeping them in there to anchor bot, make sure that they're getting the soak.
And they
Wow,
were
they
able
do
to get
just
the dragon,
get the DK.
They
The
sacrificed
cost of the
Hogger.
Hogger. They have not been getting their bruiser camp though. They've been sacrificing the fact that they're playing aggressively for picks for the camp to pressure. And then
Dragon's dying
when you
very
draft
quickly.
Tychus, the DK just melts.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, how much do you really get for it? I think you want to make sure you keep it alive to use its Q as much as
Baron gets
possible.
kicked back here.
Yes.
But
Can't really
Dragon
chase
has
him.
to die. Looks like you've got main
Farewell, Dragon
covering
Knight.
for Hogger.
That's a taunt, though. I don't think that Junkrat escapes this. Gets his boot back just at the end, but not quite in time. Meanwhile, Li Ming's getting run down by Malthael. I did not catch the beginning of that. I imagine it started with my Ev pull.
Having this bruiser camp taken by your team is super important on this map. Because the rest of the map is pretty even as far as camps go, but this is like the outlier. It's an extra camp in a lane.
Yeah, it's the asymmetric camp. And it's also what makes bot lane the lane that you mostly end on this
Right,
map. It's
yeah.
like 90% of the time you're ending bot because of all the camps. If you get a good push, it's really
Yeah,
dangerous.
this tower coming out.
They could just kill it. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just dies.
It just dies. And this spell armor
To Lucio.
camp is still here.
Yeah. Very slow. Kind of surprised that they put on the variant there with the cocoon.
I'm seeing a
But-
lot of Maev Malthael
Yeah, they're
in the
just
same
bullying
lane,
the
but
player.
they're
And they
getting
take the
a lot
bruiser.
of value here.
Prepare yourself.
Like, if you're not going to take it, we'll take it for
Right.
you. Because it hasn't been taken all game for Red, I don't think.
But this Bridge of Death, I mean, it's a hard win condition here.
Yeah. Sending Li Ming top is not going to get a lot done without any support. Hogger is back alive, so that is something. Yeah, the rotations from the Maev have been really nice. Like, they're getting a little bit of, you know, pity structure damage. But that's a full fort top, and the bruiser's still alive.
Big timing. He scooped out of it. Taunt up the new rack. Shove pushes Lucio away. The Queen
Maev
on
might be able to
Tychus.
finish it. Misses the disc.
Looks like they're gonna have Dragon.
Yep.
The fire comes.
And I imagine this dragon's going to get a lot more than the first one did for...
Really well played
Red
rotation
side.
by Raiders.
Yeah. With the Odin. I mean, this is definitely at least 4.
And
Cleanse.
in one of the more important lanes, bot lane.
Going to Tychus. Variant gets shoved. That's no more shove left. That's definitely the 4. Augur is getting some soak to try to get them back to 13
Yeah.
while all this is happening. But they're still a whole level down, unfortunately.
I wonder how this is gonna play. Oh wow.
That's a
Ooh,
lot of damage.
Last auto on Lucio.
Boom is okay, but not quite good enough. Stukov has been really putting in a lot of work with the silence.
Yeah, and slows. He gets kicked.
He might
They
just
were fine.
stoke top. No, he comes back mid.
I have seen enough.
Sometimes
Pretty
the
big
knock
win
from the
here.
Dragon Knight can just give you a free rotation where you want to go.
Constantly drag.
This
It
is huge.
super low though. It's in Cocoon.
Disc was
Famous
missed.
is, yeah, but
Are they going to play for the Tychus? Yeah, that's a kill. Looked like they were backing off for a second, but that was a nice engaging. I feel like they could have gotten maybe even a little more, but
we got Beetles and anything with Ally is really bad. They look like they want to press their advantage, but Nurek doesn't have a lot of mana or health. Neither does the rest of the team.
Malfield is roaming bot, ignoring mid soak. They're looking to maybe pounce on them. Yeah, here's the
5v5.
Maiev. Kind of telegraphed. Didn't want to teleport onto the trap though, so that's reasonable. But it was looking okay for blue, maybe. Yeah, I love the way that Raiders is using the Malthael and the Maiev. Hunger going back top. Siege camp's taken for both teams. And honestly, I mean, like, they don't have a talent advantage, but I think they can just bully them off the spot bruiser, yeah.
Because they have all 5 bots, and they see Hogger top here clearing this.
Yeah. Numbers. The levels have equalized a little bit, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Awesome. Well, contain the discount Junkrat.
Yes, but
Getting
this is
Malfoy out of the cocoon.
yeah, this is a
Stukov
5v4.
Really in here. Last right.
That's unfortunate. With shrines coming up so quickly, I imagine that this is probably going to be an uncontested Dragon Knight. They should be able to clear this bot push though. Oh wow, and they get the Odin.
Coming out.
Riptire doesn't die, that's pretty nice.
And the Dragon Knight's power is yours.
Not going to be much more than some wall damage here though, I think. Odin is gone, which means they won't have Odin for the DK push if they get it right away.
It looks like Maiev and Malfoy coming for
Yeah.
able to unstoppable.
Nubrax with the stall. Just barely
Very
gets
last
it.
second.
But he's a little bit out of position now with no dash.
On the Hogger.
Hogger gets caught in, and I don't think Hogger has snow.
Oh, I threw that up.
Yeah. Why is not looking to give up this DK without a fight?
This is a 5v5. Oh, and they're able to get the dragon.
Yeah, not enough space to walk up. It's the
a
Malfield though.
1-for-1 trade. New drag from Malfield. But they do get the dragon.
Interesting.
There's no 16 yet for Kawaii. This could be grass to fight into.
It is Maiev in the DK, which means that their ability to actually pressure Kawaii from dealing free damage to the Dragon Knight is much more limited. And it is just going to die, actually. And I don't even think they can stay to finish this fort off.
Kawaii gets their level 16.
Fort will die at some point. The map is pretty blue still. Siege camps are going to be coming up pretty soon as well. Those will probably be traded. There's no talent lead, so I don't think it would make sense to go for any kind of aggressive invade.
Another big wave top. Generally not a win condition, but is forcing harder to back, and I'm seeing Raiders have the numbers advantage in a lot of these fights and rotations.
Yeah. That seems to be the advantage. The picks that they've gotten on the solo laner as well is really giving them this huge lead. Nubrak charged and is now forced to run a long way. Nice shockwave. That was really good.
Yeah.
Make sure that nobody else is dying today.
Wow,
Oh my
Malfield
god,
super
the
chunk by
leaving.
me.
That's so much damage.
You love to see it.
They are gonna take it away.
Containment just on the Nubarak. I wonder if they're gonna follow up on this.
I mean, I imagine why not. Needs to
Ooh,
silence.
double traps scaring Maiev away.
I like as soon as they see Hogger, they're like, we
Right.
just take whatever
Exactly.
they want to give us. It's the advantage when you've got map pressure. You can kind of
Wield the Dragon Knight's
And Malthael
play
having
really
on a pale force is really, really key for these quick rotations for the Raiders.
yeah, he'll be able to clear top, and Shrine's coming up again, 15 seconds. But the level lead is not indicative of how ahead they actually are on the map. Like,
Right, they have all their
18 to
structures.
17. I don't imagine we'll see any crazy, like, at least how it is right now, we're not going to see any crazy talent advantage fights. This is a 5v4 though for Kawaii. Yeah, and Tychus might die to the Riptire. They can follow up onto this Lucio. This is exactly what they need right now.
Right. Shockwave.
Shockwave
Does not
misses.
connect.
Man. Okay. And now they have to make a decision, like, do they want to keep going for this fort, or do they want to deal with all the side lane pressure?
Looks like Ming needed to finish it off on the side here. Junkrat, a lot of poke.
And they've got Bruiser Camp, they've got Shrine. I feel like they want to do something with this. That's a pick, potentially.
That silence
Lot
is
of
huge
damage.
for them.
No kills. Man.
Lucio's
Yeah, the
speed
burst
is-
potential is so big. With the Beetles. An advantage of a Nubarak as a tank. It does let you get forts for free if you've got numbers.
Ooh, unstoppable. Gets him out of that Maiev run.
Interesting. Still half a level for Raiders though. And they are capping bot right away. They
I
need to
wonder
make sure
if
they
they're
put someone
gonna
on.
have time to get this dragon. Nobody's stepping on this.
Yeah, no one's stepping up. Okay, they don't get it, I think.
I think they. Oh wow!
Just barely not.
Very close. And Maiev is gonna do this bottom camp. Help with that win condition in bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, how do you play this as, like, if you were in this game, like, what would you be thinking, like, the most important things to do are here?
I mean, it depends. Like, Raiders has level 20 advantage, so anywhere that they take an even fight is advantageous for them.
Yeah, that is true. It's going to be short-lived, though.
And with this macro pressure, it's forcing Kawaii to just be on the defensive, just respond to everything Raiders is doing.
Yeah. Leaning, scouting the camp. I mean, that's inevitably going to go over the blue side with this talent lead, but this really doesn't matter as long as you're not giving up another Dragon Knight for free. They've got the wave cleared to deal with this from Rain.
This is true. But it is 4v5 because Hogger is getting level 20 for Kawaii in the top lane.
20 is online.
Hogger is backing. He's trying to make an even fight. We have Tychus popping Odin.
Yeah, and this is
Took off
Riptire
into
resets. So,
Took off Silence.
yeah. Silence coming out on Variant. He's a little bit overextended here. Leaning might be able to finish it off. Not
Oh,
quite. No control.
No
Oh,
control.
He's the Hogger. He does end up getting
Wow,
a
so
kill.
2 for 2.
That is a death sentence sometimes, that talent.
But Kawaii still has their healer.
Yeah, they're chasing though. They don't want to give up. They know that
Maiev
they're
is
low.
also super tough.
Yeah.
Another Riptire.
Yeah, gets the resets from the 20, and that might be 1, maybe 2 kills.
You
Nice
want
hold
both?
it. That's beautiful. Really
And the
well played by the
resets.
Junkrat.
Wow. So it's
Yeah.
2 for 4. But how much can they get from this advantage?
Yeah, well, I think they should get the DK at least. The question is, can they end with it? Nobody's... Junkrat didn't cap bot completely, which means... Oh, I guess Malthael's capping top anyway, so I don't have any pressure for it.
Yeah, getting the dragon on this map is so difficult, especially with a faster
Poking the
rotator like
mages.
Malthael.
This is something, and they got the siege camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I feel like
They're
letting
making use of the
Malthael...
time that the Raiders are dead.
They
'cause
are,
if you were
yeah.
walking to the shrine top, you know, Malthael can anchor mid and wait for his team to come back.
Yeah, the only thing I will say is I don't like that they're potentially giving away this bruiser, which, I mean, they don't see it, but you got to be suspicious, you know, and make sure you don't let them take things that they don't deserve to have. And I don't think they deserve to have that bruiser.
You talking about the Raiders?
Yes. They get theirs, though. Kawaii does. And so we've got this interesting situation on this map where you've got both shrines and nobody close enough to cap, so you gotta kind of play scared around mid to keep them from committing.
Maev's on the way.
Yeah.
Looking
but the map
for this
is
rotation.
Map is finally looking good for red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bot is capped, so no Dragon Shower pressure anymore.
Playing it real quiet up here.
It's a weird place to be hovering, I think.
I think they expected for Raiders to want to get the shrine and clear this.
That's true. They have to come to Bruiser at some point.
I mean, they could give up that fort as well.
Yeah.
Top is the least important lane.
It's true. Oh my goodness.
And that's exactly the bush party they were looking for.
Yep. Walks right into it. And the Malthael, it's good cleanse.
No control.
This no control is doing a lot more than the last one.
Does the Riptire stay alive? He does not.
I love no control.
Me too.
They're chasing on this
here.
nice dive.
Clanton by high five. Able to get away.
Yeah, really been keeping all his teammates alive here.
Yeah.
That without the Unstoppables, that's 2 more deaths at least. Let's see. They didn't kill Malthael, right?
No.
Okay.
Is this the first time that Kawaii's got these bruisers?
I think it might be. Not sure about that.
Well, it's looking good for them. They have the Siege and the Bruiser. And Maev's still
This is
up.
yeah, Maev is not quite there yet.
Darian.
They're looking to take any advantage they get. And this is a big push. Bruiser and Siege. As long as they...
Darian's still on the Stukov.
Both getting
Nibrak
low.
died the last rights. No
control going in.
doing huge work.
But it does run out.
And this looks like a keep with all these cannons.
It's gotta be, I imagine. I mean, it's a 1-for-1, but that's a lot of stuff. The grid button's still on.
If you can win this game without the Dragon Knight, you can win the game.
How much longer is that Ode gonna stay alive?
Oh, very nice by Stukov to shove him away.
And now they've got
First
win
keep of the
condition.
game.
Yeah, that's really, really big.
I have to put it in
That is a
big
fine.
silence
Oh,
on Lucio.
yes.
Low value. The timing this on Mango. That is a really long respawn timer.
Yeah, truly.
But in fact, jump rest half health.
Yeah.
Pretty big wave here. Once again, most teams do not opt to end top.
Yeah. They gotta send someone to grab up this top while they can. They're sending Hogger. The map is looking a little blue during all that push. The waves tended to drift towards the right side. So they've got to clean up a little bit. Lucio will be up. They're gonna play for the Bruiser. I mean, I think that this could potentially have been an angle for them to deny this 5-4.
Okay,
Goes in. That's
containment this. Big orbs, big silence, Riptire coming in.
this is
Right on the Nubrak.
last minute as an invade defeat. That's a nice cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hogwild's out.
Big red
Dead
zone.
Mountain. It's really interesting. I would not have been that brave as a Nubrak with how far behind my team was, but it was. I mean, it ended up being the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, Stukov's E is so amazing for controlling a point like that.
Yeah, and everything they were just throwing over the wall, the Stukov, the Junkrat, the Li Ming, like, it looked like there wouldn't be follow-up, but there was follow-up, and the Cocoon was really nice. The Cocoon's all game have been quite good. That's potentially another kill. Oh,
I was going
dude.
to say, every time Kawaii gets a pick, I'd love to see them push even more because they have numbers
Yeah.
advantage, and that's exactly
Yeah,
what they
and
just did.
top altar has been blue for so long.
Mm-hmm.
They've still got top wave to deal with. I mean, Hogger's going back
Mm-hmm.
now, but
Looks like Junkrat's gonna try and take it. This is gonna be Red's first dragon as well. I mean, they're really tipping this over.
having Stukov cap this is a little risky, I think, but nobody's there to stop him.
I tried to
That's
save
the
this
dragon. I
realm.
wonder if they're gonna
Now
go for a
it-
keep or go for.
I think you could take this core. I mean, it's a hard call because on the
Looks
one
like they're
hand,
doing
like
it.
you get a keep for sure. On the other hand, you might get a lot of core damage, and it's
Mm-hmm.
relatively safe if you play it right with their draft.
Variants with 10 seconds to respawn.
Interesting.
Oh,
It's discount immediately. They're just looking to
Nice
dive
play.
past this.
they don't have a healer. Riptire.
That's a dead Maya.
Finish her off. And Dragon's just on 4.
Yeah, it is
Getting
being
really chunked though by Tiger.
Yeah, the minigun is doing a lot of damage, but they've got, again, a 5v4, and the core is out of shield, taking real damage. 45%. This is looking like a game 3.
Odin is popped, last right remaining, and that's game.
Really nice.
We get a game 3.
That was really composed of Red
Yes.
Team, like behind,
Absolutely.
but constantly looking for ways to, or basically picks. I mean, all of that was off the back of picks, but really coordinated kills off of like a noob's engages or whatever it ended up being.
Right. It was, yeah, a noob engage into the silence. Also with Cocoon, you know, that's like a guaranteed silence.
Yeah, look at the Li Ming and Junkrat damage. I mean, they're
Yeah,
just
that's
like poking.
insane.
Just lots of, and the Ming burst was the big killer, and Junkrat was really good at starting the Riptire, like while a noob was like dash like right away,
Right,
to
yeah.
make sure that he could get the damage while he was they were still silenced.
Yeah,
It's a
I
nice game.
mean, Raiders did a really good job with the rotations, but those picks with Anubrak and Stukov, especially, I mean, looks like they didn't need the Varian, because, you know, normally it's like Stukov Varian, but
Yeah. So, yeah, so far, whoever's had, I mean, am I right? Whoever's had Stukov and Ubrak has won.
you're not wrong.
Yeah. Cocoon. Man, that's just it's a good ability. I am a fan of that ability. Does give wait, since this is a playoffs game, they don't get pick every game, right? It's still like whoever loses gets
correct.
choice. Okay. So they do get to pick if they want map or first pick. What maps are left?
Let's see.
Hogger had some solid follow-up ults off of Cocoon too. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, the Shockwave, I think, was a really nice talent to take as a continuation of the CC chain.
Mm-hmm. They had so much CC. Like every single one of their heroes on Kawaii had CC except for Ming. Which is great. CC is king. Let's see, let me pull up the map screen again. I don't know why the maps aren't showing at the bottom, but that's okay. We've got Braxis, They banned Cursed Hollow, Battlefield of Eternity. Oh, they're inviting me to the lobby here. We'll just see what map it is. It's Towers of Doom. Both teams really wanted to play this map. And I'm so happy because I love this map too.
I don't think Stukov's going to make it through the next draft either. Not after the first 2 games. That healer is still kind of cracked.
Let's see. Let me get you in this lobby too.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's...
Towers of Doom.
This is probably my favorite map as well.
Yeah, it's a very, very good map.
Another Dahaka map. Maybe they'll have
I wouldn't be surprised to see Malthael again. You know, there's really, really good double soakers.
Yeah. They could have the recency effect and want to ban Stukov and then let the Dahaka through.
This is true.
These games have been very close.
I would love to see a Vikings here. It's so
Who's the
so
resident
much
Vikings
value.
player?
I believe it's actually I don't remember. I think it's Cthulhu or Igor. But we'll see. Let's see.
Let me stalk their profiles.
It is playoffs, so I don't know if either team wants to take that risk.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
And this is match point. Each team has a point, so
this is a really good Vikings map, though, if they do have a Vikings player.
Yeah. Just waiting on both teams to do their huddle and get ready.
I imagine that Anubis and Sylve will both be priority picks on towers too, because
Sylve.
Structure damage is just so important. Like, if you can get a structure lead, even if you're giving up altars, like, if you can take forts, like, that's huge. You can just.
You're not gonna get every single altar, so.
Yeah, the early altars are the easiest to give up. Oh, it looks like everybody's ready.
Time to get into the draft. This is
Blackheart's Baking would be great.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Blackheart's Baking. I bet that's a good TLV map.
Alright, let's see what the first ban is. And you mentioned the Hawker. Oh, the Vala, the respect ban.
They're sticking with their...
I completely agree.
I haven't seen it, but they clearly believe it.
Yeah, it's just like when people ban Vikings against you. It's complete respect. So,
you know, I think banning people's one tricks is probably the right strategy. So
exactly. The Anduin ban.
Anduin again.
Anduin's just really, really good in the meta right now.
Stukov was first picked last game, I think.
True. It was.
Were they first picked in the first game as well?
I actually don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But getting so much value from those.
Regardless,
ban,
yeah,
like you said.
Gone. I could totally see a Stukov first pick here. I mean, in the end, that's just like, it's whatever has been good. Like last game.
The other healers need more love, though.
Yeah, not necessarily the best choice.
I really love Oriel on this map, but not a lot of Oriel players. But you know,
I'm a big fan of Oriel as an offlaner.
Yes. Falstad.
These are the same bands, right? Exact same bands.
I'm pretty sure Johanna was banned.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What'll it be?
Honestly, in chat wants to see Spicy Form and Cho'Gall. I mean, if they have Sylve, okay, that's the Oriel pick. Cho'Gall
That's the Oriel.
That's what I want to see. And
yes.
first pick Johanna.
Nice show. It was up. It has been taken.
We will
Varian, and that's I imagine
Varian's
that's probably
Stukov.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Varian, definitely a joke soft counter. I won't say it's a hard counter, but it's a very
breaker
soft.
on Iron Skin.
It's not like Varian beats Joe, but
I mean, it doesn't get rid of her unstoppable, so there's that as well.
yeah, it doesn't get rid of the unstoppable in the moments that you need it.
Oh, this
Well,
is
no unstoppables are being getting rid of this game.
So Junkrat has been in every single one of these games as well as Stukov. So
That's true.
both of these teams like both of those heroes.
No rocket rides yet, unfortunately.
I know, I was just thinking about that earlier today. So many riptires. Like, I know the level 20 is like super value, but Rocket Ride's
Yes.
great for sieging, and on this map, siege is everything.
Yeah, rocket ride's your utility pick. And, you know, in the right, like they had Cocoon, like stuff like that, you can actually combo it into it. But
The Sylvanas ban, very nice. I'm actually
Yeah, makes
surprised that
sense.
wasn't picked earlier, but I can see Johanna, you know, and Varian Stukov being priority here.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see another Malthill, I suppose.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. Great double soaker.
Yeah. With the Joe, though, I think you want... I mean, I guess I don't really know, but I feel like with Joe, she's not the kind of tank that... Unless you're going with, like, Light Bomb, which they're not going...
Mhm.
She's not a hard engage type of tank. She's
Right,
a very
exactly.
peel, space-oriented tank. So
Mhm.
you want damage dealers that are really safe, or not safe, but really high output, like valuable damage dealers that Joe can keep safe. And Lucio also very
Mhm.
peel-oriented.
Phoenix.
Zool.
Zool. Zool is...
Phoenix.
This is Zool's best map.
Definitely a good double soaker. Zool versus Malthier. We're going to get the two best double soakers in the game.
Let's go.
Phoenix is interesting, though.
Yeah.
Big fan of that. It's a
Yeah.
little spicy.
You and your off-lane Phoenix.
The wait is
Yeah,
over.
the blinds for Phoenix.
Yeah,
Seems like a counter pick.
that is a high output
Leoric.
damage dealer.
That's
Leoric.
that's really good for Raiders frontline.
Mhm.
Help soak up some damage off of Johanna and Cassia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. They're playing to keep Junkrat and Cassia alive.
Chromie. Not
But
often you see Chromie.
It does look like we've got the aggressive, I'm trying to kill you when you're out of position team comp against the I'm going to keep you from killing me when I'm out of position team comp.
Right, yeah.
So Leoric very hard to kill with his self cleanse, and then we've got obviously Joe, Lucio. Big, like Phoenix and Chromie have ridiculous damage outputs for their roles, especially late game for Phoenix. This is interesting. Who would you give the draft win to, in your professional opinion?
It's tough. I want to give it to Raiders because the backline for Kawaii is really, really squishy. And
Yeah.
Zool doesn't have like a ton of CC. He has like the one root, but Leoric's got like Entomb, slows. Cassie's also got blinds for Phoenix, which is like a big part of the damage. And blinds for Zool as well.
Yeah.
So I think I would give it to Raiders during the team fights. There's lots of interrupts for Phoenix's warp as well, like Junkrat, Joe, Lucio. So.
Yeah, that's true. I think that it might be difficult for Raiders to punish the fact that Phoenix and Chromie are so squishy with the comp that they've chosen. Entomb can always be a factor.
Let the battle begin.
Obviously, early on, we've got level 1 Varian, which means they've got to be
A minion.
playing
He's
a little bit more scared than they will after
Especially
4.
got the shield player, so even more blinds for Phoenix.
Yep.
Once again here.
Still a good talent, despite being nerfed.
Yeah.
Probably still the go-to most games, I think. Leoric has to rotate long. They decided to not let him go top 3. I like it. Lucio's being
just-
annoying on the
yep.
rotations as well.
Classic Lucio.
It's very, very nice by Raiders. That's a full wave that's crashing into the wall. I mean, they got the soak, but good prio. He's catching the Junkrat in the middle of the map. It is mobile offense. Big damage talent.
So they're gonna start their counts. I am seeing Kawaii catch soak here. Actually, both teams catch soak for their offliners.
Yep. They're probably going to have to cover for Leo a little bit because of how unbelievably fast Zul's wave clear is. If Raiders don't cover mid, they're going to lose the double soak war against Zul, no doubt. But Raiders have the prio bot, which means their sappers are the ones pushing in on this wall. I think they're just going to get in. Hard to say. Crummy, he's got good poke. All three get in.
Looks like Zul's trying to take this camp and Leo's gonna interrupt. However, Varian coming in.
Yeah.
Looks like Zul gets away.
This is interesting. Yeah, on this map, the top camp is... Oh, they're not going to let them take it for free, though. Yeah, they're rotating up, or at least Lucio is. I'm surprised if they didn't try to just finish this.
Drain Hope is not connect on Varian. Drain doing a really great job healing. Lucio actually...
Yeah, Lucio leaving. That's weird, and I don't know if Leo's going to get the soul kill with the Drain.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But the sappers do go over for Kawaii.
Catching the soak, this whole wall is gone.
Yeah. I think Zul will be up in time for the altar. But sappers, that's a lot of soak missed. Yeah, that's kind of, I would say, the first big nice lead for Raiders here. Is that soak difference.
Got a couple interrupts here. Big grab there.
Went past, yeah. Stu have not quite there to get the silence.
Joe with a big condemn.
Wow, and the Lucio's looking to boot them
You will pay.
I'm not sure if they're gonna give this one.
in. Yeah, they're gonna have to give this one.
They're going, so no.
Trying.
Oh!
Oh, just barely. The puddle does not quite take.
On to Joe. That's
Wow.
still.
Just gets blown up.
If I were the Raiders, though, I would say that's worth. We have the altar advantage.
Yeah.
She was
Soak
great
lead
job
does
healing.
close a little for it. But +1 for Raiders.
Waiting for
And
it.
this is a little aggressive, I think, with Zul top and Leo mid. Like,
I can see what you're saying with that, yeah, and Joe's
Leo's not on his way. Looks like they are just gonna give it.
They can't just clear it.
Yeah. I
But
think
it
you
is
want
some
to do that if you
experience.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Chromie anchoring bot lane while they get their own sappers. And it is uncontested.
On the Lucio. Warp from the Phoenix. These are getting super chunked. Push off saves them.
Yeah. And you know, I was saying Zul's gonna win the soak battle, but if you look at the XP, that is not the case. Interestingly, Lurk has been doing quite a good job of picking up.
Lucio, 32.
Yeah.
Does eventually go down.
Not
to that lurking
he
arm.
can cleanse himself, but it's more difficult.
Oh,
When you're the focus of the silence pool.
that's what you said.
I think this is 2 altars here. I feel like they could probably make a play on 1, but they're not going to. Yeah. Nice. That's
Yeah.
both
and-
going over to Kawaii.
And now Kawaii has that Leo's matching Zeus pretty well here.
Yeah. Yeah, very well. He's got move speed, W. Talents look relatively.
Hit by every single Dragon's Breath circle.
It's slowing Sands from the Chromie, which makes sense. You're not going to get any time loop value at all against the other team. Like, who are you going to time loop?
Cleanses and unstoppable, yeah.
So
Poison Nova, Warbringer, Purification Salvo, and Flaming Swipe.
bouncing ball.
Yes, the best Cassie ult.
It is Falling Sword.
Please don't break
High five, Lucio. 2.
Like Leo's grabbing that top camp.
Yep. And he took Meal Peasant, so it does help him with the put sapper pressure on. Gives him some CDR, and Zul he knows what it's happening, but he's a little too far back on the rotation.
He's doing a great job of keeping Johanna Chung, and Lucio being a sustained healer, he's just continuously Chung.
Toss on to Joe.
Big tunnel. Purification salvo. Nothing's gonna finish me off. And both
Joe's
ulters
still
spawning, but the 4-mans are still in the bottom lane, so this looks like just a trade on the altars.
Likely a trade. Leoric, I think, was expecting someone to stall him.
Lucio coming just to make sure.
And also both teams getting sappers. Still a half-level lead for Kawaii, as well as the 1 altar advantage. These fights are going to get crazier and crazier with the talents that are going to come up. Lots of the taunts have been onto Joe. It's
ball lightning. They're able to
good splits.
Spread out.
Feels like Joe's the only one forward that Varian can even look for. I mean, the Raiders team is just so safe that it's hard to find any kind of pick potential, especially with. I mean, no matter who you go on, Lucio can press the guard. As I say that.
I mean, if you can kill the tank, then you can kill the tank.
Yeah. Lucio was down at the bottom.
Coming in for that rotate. Dumping in as tank for Johanna. So it's still a 4v4. Nice missing soap.
Really is quite an unfortunate rotation from Leo. I mean, it's one of those things where you never know how it's going to go when you start going.
Right.
And JotakSC is just so fast that you cannot help.
Kawaii has 13.
Yep. 13's in great poke with the Chromie.
There's only 1 altar, so Raiders may have to give this to get 13 and a 5-man here.
Yeah. I mean, off of this wave, and Leo's going to soak another wave, they could potentially contest this, and it looks like Joe's getting in position to do that. Gets taunted again. Has to unstoppable up, but that was... Yeah, the Shattering Throw immediately destroyed that shield. Good stall by Junkrat. Ball is out right away.
Stuck Indian too. Going.
Cleanse on the Leo from Falling's board.
So is Lucio. Varian goes down.
Yeah, still very close. They're gonna get pushed off.
Really
Cassie's really low, just got rooted. No follow-up though, which means they will get the altar.
Getting 13s was definitely their cue to recontest this.
Yep. And now it is back to equal in the terms of altar points. There was a really nice Chromie stopped herself, stopped herself, which knocked out the bouncing ball actually.
Oh really?
Very nicely timed, yeah.
It was timed well with the Riptire too. The Riptire popped just before the time stop.
It was a big turnaround actually. Probably will be another sapper trade though, as everyone's back alive and levels are equal again. Raiders do start theirs first. Leo trying to get top. Zul's probably not going to let him do this for free again. Shades the root. I don't know if... Maybe with the drain, Leo can just bully him off, but hard to say.
I mean, if you root with the Zul and walk away, you can kind of stop it, but they were fighting on the camp.
Yeah.
One thing about Zul here in this map is because you clear faster, you shouldn't really intend to fight, which is what's happening here. So just leaving and making sure it gets prio on that wave.
Yeah, Leo can't get to the sappers because he's got to cover the soak. Triple altar phase. Likely another trade top, and then the important thing will be that bottom altar.
16s are pretty close to 13s, but
yeah,
we'll see if either gets 16 before the altars come up.
Yeah, Raiders getting pretty close here. I think they're gonna get it. They've got 16s right now. Big boop onto Phoenix though. They're getting chunked here a little bit. Yeah, nice. They killed that Riptire.
Right.
I don't even know what killed him so fast. They've got the banner giving vision to the choke. Okay. Immediately cleansed. Phoenix teleported in. Yeah, very, very ambitious, but got all his HP to work with.
Then the very end.
Nice.
Falling sword.
Yeah, that's a big falling sword. Red team's getting very low here. Joe is as well.
Leo comes in for the rotation, and Zul is still mid.
Yeah, no drain, but that's... Oh yeah, that Entomb is going to be the end for Chromie, I think. And Varian's too far forward as well. I think he's going to be going down as well.
Leo pushes Sukop away. Varian comes down. That was a good rotation by Leo. I actually expected both of them to come down for that rotation because they knew their teams would be fighting for that altar.
Yeah, given how long the fight was.
Right.
It could be that Zul was like, I'm already slow, I'm just going to get value elsewhere, but...
And the Raiders aren't taking the altar, they're taking the fort first.
Yes. First fort.
Trying to.
It's going to be 5 shots instead of 4.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. Raiders played that really well, very patiently.
Yeah, jump grab once again. Really great interrupt for channels on objectives.
Your powers will be my gravekeeper, like all the others.
But you can tell how much like respect they're giving to the variant. They're not trying to do anything fancy. They are just playing to cleanse all of the stuff that they get thrown at. And whenever someone gets low, they'll take the opportunities.
And they're just going to defend this. This is huge for later in the game where, yes, the altar is here.
Yeah.
And here.
One thing I will say about the Zul's decision to rotate is look at those 2 forts mid-top.
Wall lightning on Phoenix. Super chunk. Riptire almost finishes them off.
Yeah.
And
I think they just get it.
From there. Poison Nova comes out from Zul.
Which is a good chunk of damage, but... I think that Kawaii could definitely play to get both of these forts at the same time before an altar phase, and that'll give them a lot of net pressure to work with to get back into this game. Oh my god.
Back in. Flailing swipe. Really good disengage.
Yep.
Phoenix coming in for this rotate.
Put damage on Leo while he can. He used his TP. He's got warp skirmishers, so that is nice, little setter steps.
And it looks like they're gonna take this fort. This is interesting.
They're like, who cares? We're just gonna take it anyway. We don't have anywhere to go.
Coming up, and I don't think Kawaii can get to it while this is still here.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that's only 3 shots.
They claimed the altars.
Yeah. Interesting. They're just
the
like, oh,
a 3-point lead.
They're not.
Boss.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? They're like, if you're not gonna leave bot lane, we'll do this.
They have everything but bot lane, so it's very safe.
Chromie anchoring, like, yeah, my team's totally not here.
They're committing to the defense of this bot.
That was a really good counterplay by Kawaii.
Yeah.
Because Raiders stayed here forever. Which, they got the altar, and they're still winning, but yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
That decision to do boss was really good on the side of Kawaii. Shield
Shattering
breaker
throw,
on the
that's no
Johanna.
more
Falling
shield.
sword
He
is
has to press hard to get out.
What is he gonna
Phoenix gets
use?
chunked, but he's going to heal that right back up.
Leo doing his best to take this back. But the minions
Leo
are
is
leaving.
not the offlaner you want to retake forts, let me tell you.
Looks like
They're
Leo
finally
go
getting on it,
back.
but I think that that Kawhi's just going to say, okay, you guys
Yeah.
are taking back these top forts, we're going to get bought for free, and now we've got the
Oh,
fort
that's a level
covered.
20 on them.
Yeah.
Landing swipe. Really wants this fort. Oh my gosh, they have almost all of them.
Yeah, it's almost a 6 cap. If they got it there, actually would have been for a little bit.
Johanna. Very, very chunky.
This is a 4v5.
High five. Is there another unstoppable?
She's living though.
Feels like
Pops the
Hilo
mount talent.
doing
That's...
a lot. Warp
Oh my
into
goodness.
the root. Falling sword. Does not connect. Taunts on go. Red team looking very healthy still. Entomb on the Phoenix. That's probably a dead Phoenix.
That's
here.
going to be the
All
end of
lightning.
Phoenix.
That's a forever ball. They gotta have it.
Junkrat's going to channel the cap, and 5v4 means they get it. Again, only going to be 3 points, but the fact
It's
that you're
not
not
that
that
Yeah.
Kawhi's not getting alters with this massive fort lead is a little unfortunate for them.
I am so clever.
I don't know if you saw, but Lucio pressed Mixing Fire and took the teleport from the Phoenix all the way into the team.
Oh, I did not see that.
That was interesting.
Right block the fuel. Poison Nova coming out. They do steal the sapper camp.
Map still looking very red, but alter points in favor of Raiders
Yeah.
really significantly.
Raiders have nearly double, and two
Still no
more
boss to
is
work with.
2 to 3 more is game. Kawaii.
Yeah, depending on how many boards they can get back. That's a big silence.
Lots of bolts coming out. Sugok getting super chunks. Sugok
My
dies.
goodness.
Varian's also chunks.
Yeah, suddenly they're playing a lot more aggressively, and it's kind of getting rewarded. That's some counter damage to the Phoenix, though. Leo might go down quite.
Connects on a
Varian
lot, but
staying.
yeah.
But there's no healer to top him off.
Another retire. This is very dangerous for the squishies. Okay.
Yeah, not a ton of resets
Only
from that
his
one, though.
Phoenix.
It is, in fact, resets.
Why may have to give up both of these
Altars.
altars.
Well, yeah, I guess they could.
They might have to.
It's
Seeing
6
how
points.
chunks they are. They're down 1. I mean,
It's either give up both and defend for it, or play for 1.
but if they play for 1, it could be a
4v5.
5v5. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they know someone's going to be capping somewhere else. Trap.
They're attempting to play for 1.
They just have no space, though.
Interrupt with Chromie. Joe getting very,
It's a
very
lot
low.
of damage
Joe
from
comes
Joe.
out.
Oh
Ball
my
lightning,
goodness,
getting
that
so much
dude.
value.
Massive
Time
too.
stop. Nothing Varian can do to save her. Push off stun Varian. Looks like a dead Varian.
Yep.
So they could have just given both. Tried to take 1. Did end up suffering the consequences for that.
Yeah, they really committed onto the Joe, and they got it, but
And they
into
are
that
waiting
choke.
to get the extra fort for this.
Yeah, it doesn't win, though, so it's not really going to get them a ton. Well, I mean, boss is up in
This
40
is
seconds.
the comeback maps of all maps, so it's definitely not over.
It can be. That's for sure. I mean, I feel like we're going to see a fight on boss, would be my guess. I mean,
Entirely
maybe they just play
possible.
slow.
I
but-
mean, these sappers, because Raiders has this could be the end of the
Yeah.
game. This camp.
They take sappers, and they don't even need to escort them. They can just let the sappers put pressure, force them to clear them, because they have to or they lose, and then pressure boss, which is up in 6 seconds.
Did I drop something?
Looks like they're not going to, though. They're just going to try to escort them. Yeah, escorting sappers here is another choice, but I think it's much more possible for a red team to clear it. That's a lot of damage. And that's a miss tomb. Okay. Good start for Kawaii. Those sappers are already also low. I don't think they're going to get in.
The whole team is gotta go. But Riptire. Riptire's still here.
And no resets. It's a lot of damage,
So
though.
boss is back up.
But now they have no pressure, so they can definitely contest if they go for boss.
Right. And they're going straight to it.
And
They're
you're
like,
talking
this ends
about
the
comeback.
game. You're not having this.
Yes. Yeah, really, really nice defense there.
Get ready.
So it's going to be altar and boss as the
Oh,
two
and they're
threats
just
they
gonna
have.
do it.
They have time.
And-
It is a close altar.
Johanna down here.
This is really risky because their rotations are gonna get cut off.
Yeah.
They're just gonna try to cap it, and like they have tomb. They have so many ways to keep them from getting to this altar.
They've got to start walking.
They've got to start walking now.
Oh,
I'm
no.
afraid that this Cassie cap's gonna do it. No matter what the outcome of this fight is, and that is the case.
The match going to the Raiders. That was
Well played.
pretty intense for both teams.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the fear of the boss. Like,
Yeah,
you just want to get it off the
absolutely.
field because
Mhm.
it kills you. But
It seemed like they had time to rotate, but Raiders did everything they could to make sure that they peeled.
yeah, they were doing a great job, especially the Junkrat putting traps in all the chokes, and they just had so much way to keep them from walking anywhere. That was a great series.
That was.
So this was the quarterfinals match?
It's the first round for these two teams.
Right.
And so the winner will.
They'll be up against Almost Legends Ruby next
Mhm.
series.
There were
Well
some
played.
really, really strong teams in this division, and I'm not saying that just because my team lost. They were so good.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I thought this was a really solid set of games. And well played to Raiders.
Let's see. See if we can get an interview in here. May take me a second. I feel like both Junkrat and Stukov were top tier picks for both teams.
Yeah, I felt like whoever was on the Junkrat was definitely putting in a lot of work. There were a lot of
Both teams took it, and yeah, they did do a ton of work.
yeah, like, whichever player ended up playing Junkrat. And I thought that all three games, I mean, it was really clear all three games, both teams had big winning chances with the playstyles that they were going for. Stukov didn't end up winning all three games.
Yeah, which is so insane. All right. Apparently, we've got an interview with
Sweet.
the whole team.
The whole gang is
Let's
getting here.
bring them in.
We gotta move then, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
Let's where do we go? Can we go into this one?
Get him in here.
Honestly said he lost 50 limes on red team.
Oh, no, people are already betting. There's no betting system. They're already betting.
I love it. That's the whole reason we're here. We're not
Hello!
here to watch Haas.
Hey,
hello,
the whole gang's
hello.
coming in.
Oh yeah, it's a team game, team effort, and a
Yes.
team win, so the whole
Yes.
team's
Oh,
coming.
that's so sweet.
Team interview.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so how are you guys feeling? Were you super tense going into the ICC showdown?
Yeah. I mean, tense. It was a good matchup. We were seeing they were really trying hard. Like they got us sweating. Like honestly,
absolutely.
they're a very, very good team. So hats off to them and hats off to the ICC. Although I sort of myself, I've been talking in these all season, so I'm gonna let the rest of my team talk for the rest of the interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for it, boys.
I felt like those team fights were like on a nice edge the whole time because it seemed like there was a lot of interest in picking Stukov and Anubarak and going for picks. Is that what you guys like to do in a lot of your drafts?
Not really. I mean, we do like we have a pretty big pool of heroes that we play from, so we try to keep it fresh.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's in fact that may have been the first time we played that combo the whole
Interesting.
season.
I think it was. Huh?
Yeah, well,
Worked out.
Stukov won every single game in this series. So whoever
that's
picked
true.
Stukov, yeah.
Except for the last one.
Oh yeah, that's true. They had it.
Yeah. Is this a team that you guys have played against a lot, or is it like you know them pretty well since you're in the same org?
Yeah, we know them pretty well.
Oh,
We
yeah.
played a lot with them.
Do you guys
We haven't
stream
played too
often?
much against them just because we were in the same division,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just waited forever to play our match. So
Mhm.
like we probably just played against each other like 2-3 weeks ago or something like that. So it was kind of
I believe you guys won that
fresh,
as well, right? But it was super close. I think I don't know if I'm
like
remembering
in
the right
the
match.
prior one you're talking
Mhm.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first game definitely was close. Yeah, what seems like with them, we always have to like win in some dramatic fashion. Like,
I mean, they hold it really well, even though they're like on the very edge. They do a really good job of defending, but
yeah,
you guys really pulled it out with
yeah,
getting those picks.
yeah. Definitely shout out to ICCK. I mean, they're like maybe one of the best teams in C East at engaging and calling out targets, probably. So
Yeah.
like that's something they do really well. Tom Jin and
Yeah, on that
the
Dragon Chair map,
player.
there's so many crazy picks with the new Bracken Stukov.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I
that's
thought, yeah.
that's why they love taking out the Anduin because
Yeah.
when they engage, they dump everything on one target. So yeah, and
Right.
they're very well coordinated. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought you guys did a really good job with Joe and the Lucio in the last game. You're just like, no, we're not going to let you play this game that you want to play, and we're just going to make sure that we're safe, and then capitalize on whenever you guys get low. And a lot of good, a lot of really nice team fights in the last game. Actually,
Whenever no, I'm sorry. Whenever Havoc gets Joanna, he almost finishes with top damage. So it's deadly.
I mean, another thing I wanted to say was your rotations were really good. On Towers of Doom, Leo came in a lot of time, and especially on that Dragon Chair map with Maev and Malplaya, that's not something I see too often, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
You said with the Maev?
Yeah, and Malplaya, like rotating constantly for top and mid. Yeah.
Who was it that was playing Falstead?
That was me.
That's
That was
Paper
you.
Kid.
That was a really nice set of gusts in that game. I wonder what you guys were thinking because that was it was really close because they had a core call, right? And they were committed to the core. And it started off with a massive gust into the sky or into the Sky Temple tornadoes. What were you guys thinking before the core call and then after the core call when you guys walked across the map?
Anybody else want to say something about it?
Yeah, other than me and
well, for me, haven't been playing 7 seasons. It's more about making sure you stay composed and know that as long as the core has 1%, you don't lose, right? And it seems kind of in respect, it can be very tight. I've been in matches where I've literally had 1% on the core and won.
Yeah.
But just making sure that we call out the targets, that we want to, the damage dealers, while also trying to deal with the boss. It was very tricky, but I think the team handled it well, and very good gust. I was able to follow up with a leap, and then we were able to kind of.
Yeah, at that point we started calling targets and picking people off as soon as we had the chance to.
Yeah,
we just
and
picked them off one by one.
Yep, well said.
I remember there was also that game. They had dived onto Sonya, and then Sonya was really low, but you still had the presence of mind to say, no, this is a huge potential engage that Falstead is coming in, and then the leap started a massive gust in mid lane. It was really impressive play.
Right. That composure, definitely. I would have used leap to just stun them and walk away. I'm like, I'm not dying today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's Sonya's toolkit, right? Just going in and spinning and life regen, So it's kind of with experience, being comfortable how much health you can have and being able to work around that. And so it's just more experience within practice, I would say.
There was
Yeah.
a boss in Sky Temple. What
Oh,
was
yeah.
the what was going on for your team when that happened? You guys had like a
Oh,
number advantage at some point, right?
you mean the point of the game where we almost threw that point?
That's
No,
not what I
remember.
said, but that
I
is
remember
the time I'm
something like. Oh
talking
no,
about.
I'm saying it. You know, no, it was a little confusing in the comms, conflicting calls. Everything kind of happened quickly. The important part about that is you can't let a bad call let become a snowball in which
Right.
everything else falls to pieces. We stayed calm. Somebody died. You go back. You defend. You wait for picks, and then you go for it. And that's exactly what we did. And to me, that's the mark of a good team. Everybody
Exactly.
makes mistakes, especially at our elo. You're gonna make mistakes. The important thing is how you recover from those mistakes and not int or chain your deaths. And that I was proud of the team for that.
Or tilt or anything like that.
Yeah, or tilt exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, your team seems super well composed about that, and it really shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get tilted. Not really.
We obviously didn't hear the comms, but we were both making comments throughout the game. Like, this team's playing really composed. Like, when anytime something bad would happen, it was like frequently something good would come of it, no matter what. So, nice job.
Well, it's a thing that we emphasize a lot in practice and all season. That like we are gonna make mistakes as a team, whether it's an individual or a teammate or the whole team making a mistake. The important thing is to recover from it and not feed and lose. So. Which is easier said than done because it's a difficult thing to do. When you get the emotion of the situation, when something happens in game, it's yeah.
I think we all just kind of like sigh whenever somebody
Yeah.
dies, and then we're like, oh
move on.
man, oh that's
we
okay,
we
that's
knew we
sad,
done
gotta
screwed up.
leave.
We knew we'd screwed up, but
All right, well, thanks so much for popping in. If you want to give any shout outs, it was a great series, and hoping to see you guys in the next couple of rounds.
absolutely. I can start shouting out by first of all the ICCK. I mean, the whole ICC organization is wonderful for Heroes of the Storm and many other games. But just a shout out to them, to Lich Queen. We've been looking forward to this matchup for years. We kind of wanted to play them in the first round, so it was really nice, really competitive. Stakes were high, like got us sweating.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I had to rub down my mouse more than once during that game because of my palms. So that's a good sign.
Yeah. I want to give shout out to Lich. I want to clarify on Dragonshire when they ganked me, she sprayed me, and I was going to type to her, that you're being that's toxic. And as I was typing, I got ganked, so that's why, right? Copium.
Queen give you a heart in Twitch chat, just so you know.
Yeah. So I just want to
I did
clarify.
see that spray. It was the heart spray.
Yeah.
I didn't see the heart spray.
Yeah.
And then also, little known fact, actually it was originally going to be on ICCK, and then I think Raiders needed some players as well, and actually Lich told me, hey, check them out, join the team. So and ended up, they played each other, but yeah, it was shout out to the organization for helping us, again play in, and you. I didn't even say that. You for casting and NGS in general. For allowing
this
us
is my
to
second
have these
cast,
type
and
of
this has
games.
been a lot of fun. The NGS community is amazing. I mean, it's so cool, the things we could do, and it's like community run. So yeah, thanks for coming in as well.
I'm sure you did that like a seasoned veteran. From what I can hear thus far, it's very good. So I'm sure you did very well.
No. But yeah, this was super fun. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Thank you.
And thank you for casting us. This was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good luck in your semifinals match.
Thank you. We're gonna need it.
Yeah,
they're very,
so
very good
strong.
team. Very good team we're
Absolutely.
playing. Yeah. Cool. Well, you guys have a great evening.
You too.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Take care.
So
what a great set of games,
right? And also you, Mr. I don't have to do anything during the cast. You did a great job today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll probably end it here though. So
yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
Bye-bye.